Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is my third and final New Year's Eve look. I want to do something a bit different just because, not in terms of kind of style I do, but I noticed that all the New Year's Eve looks I've done on this year and the past years have all been kind of dark colours in a way, so quite smoky, sometimes like a deep blue, deep green, deep purples, and I haven't really done any vibrant bright New Year's Eve looks, and I think actually that could be quite a lot of fun. So I'm going to do that in today's video, so I hope you enjoy. I have got primer, foundation, concealer and powder on just because I do that. It's the exact same I use anyway, and I've shown it multiple times. So I will add bronzer and blusher to kind of match the look I'm going for, and the highlighter. But I'm going to kickstart with the eyes first, I think, and then that will help me determine kind of what blush I want to use and things like that. So obviously as always, going my Lily Lola eye primer, just to prime my eyes. Today I wanted to play with a palette that I haven't played with for a while, which is this one here. This is the Calmy Times Revolution palette that Emily kindly got me for my birthday. So I want to play with that, and I think I'm going to do some of the pinks and oranges in this and make it kind of like a vibrant party look for this one. So that's my plan. I actually also have a new brush to play around with today. This is the Spectrum B06 Tapered Blending Brush. And I was in town, I was actually in Bath today, and I did a little bit of shopping because it's Mum's birthday coming up very shortly. And I noticed these in Bath, in Boots. And usually, I haven't seen this before in Boots, so I was quite intrigued. I don't think I've tried a Spectrum brush before, and I just wanted a few more blending brushes. So I thought I'd pick one up to try it out. So I'm going to use this to begin with. I'm going to jump into the shade Confidence to begin with, which is this one just here. I have to say, it doesn't feel that soft, this brush. It feels soft to touch like this, but actually when it's on the eye buffing, it doesn't feel as soft as like my 100% Pure E40 would. But it seems to be doing the job pretty nicely. And I don't know if it's because it's meant to be like this. I think it did say it was a tapered. Yeah, it does say tapered. But it's also, I don't know if it's because in the packaging it's quite flat, which actually works quite well when going into the crease work. And then it is able to blend out like it. It just doesn't feel as soft as like my 100% Pure brush does, but it works perfectly fine. I'm going to start going a bit more vibrant now. I'm going to take the shade Desire, this one here, which does have a little bit of sheen to it. It's not shimmery, but it does have a sheen. But I want to go ahead and start adding some of this pink in to this brush. Okay, I'm going to move on to a different brush. I think that brush is good if you're doing, like I said, transitions and blending out. For pigment wise, it doesn't seem to pick up a lot of pigment and really pack it on. So I'm going to go to a different blending brush, which is, and go ahead and start buffing this on. Or it could well be, actually the colour's not as intense as I thought it was going to be. I think as it does have a sheen to it, it's not as like intense as I thought it was going to be. But that's fine. There is an intense pink in here that I'm going to definitely use in a bit. I will go back to that Spectrum brush, and I won't pick up any more product, and I will just make sure that is blended nicely together. But I'm just going to really go for it now. So I'm going to go take the shade Bite Me here, which I know is an intense colour. I'm actually going to pick up a shading brush instead though. Actually no, I will stick with the same brush. And just really load up the brush, and I'm going to pack this on to its outer portion here. Now this does have shimmer to it and stuff, and it's kind of more of a metallic type of shade, which is really pretty. I don't think I've done a pink kind of New Year's Eve look. I think, like I said, they've all kind of been deep smoky eyes, or if it is colour, it tends to be purples, greens or blues, because they're my favourite and kind of a bit more deep. So I want to add something a bit more vibrant. So I'm just packing this on to the outer portion of my lids. I will take a fluffy brush and blend it out. Do you know what? I actually want to deepen up the crease a little bit, so I think I'm going to do is take a little bit of UDU, which is quite a dark matte purple. Just So pick up a little bit on the Spectrum brush and just use that through this crease area. Pick a bit of more Confidence up, which is the very first shade I used, and then go ahead and blend that shade out with it. And always winging it up. And I can sort out the sides here with concealer in a bit, so I don't mind it being messy. I just want to kind of get the blend going. I also wipe off the fallout and use my concealer brush. I won't pick any other product up. I'm just going to use what's left on it and kind of tidy up these edges, because they have been a little bit messy. And just sharpen them. And if you don't want a sharp wing, what you can do is just softly feather it over the top, and it just softens those edges slightly and makes it a little bit less harsh if you don't want that really intense kind of winged look. Right, I will come back and do a little bit more in a minute with that blend. I'm actually going to take the brush I used for the really bright colour, the pink Bite Me, that I've got in the outer portion. And whatever's left on it, I'm just going to run it through the crease as well to kind of bring that shade up a little bit. I'm going to move on to a shading brush. This is my 100% Pure E25. And I'm going to go in with... I think I want some of this beautiful kind of... Do I, or do I want to go in with that one next? I'm actually going to go with Love Yourself first, which is kind of like a bit washed out on camera, but it is kind of like a shimmery coral colour, which I think is really pretty. And pick some up on the shading brush. And this is going to go kind of in the centre portion here. This might be a bit more subtle colour, because these top ones are kind of more metallic foiled. That one's beautiful. That one's more like a wet looking metallic. I kind of use that in my first impressions of this palette, or when I did those three looks. So this is slightly softer than those ones, but I think it's going to help with the gradient effect that I want to have. Okay, and the next colour I was going to go in originally and I changed, but I am going to go in now, is Because of You, which is a beautiful rose gold type of colour. So again, just going to use my shading brush. And this is going to go kind of in this inner portion here. Ooh, that's pretty. What I am actually going to do is take Love Yourself, which is that shade there, pick some up, and I am actually going to wet it now because I think it's getting a little bit lost between those two more intense colours. So just wet it and then go in with it. It just brings some of that colour back to life. Okay, I want to fix some of this blending on the outer corner because I'm not happy with it particularly. So I'm going to take a base shadow brush from Real Techniques. Just check there's nothing dark shadow on there. And you know, I might come in with some Free Hugs. So it's like a mauvey colour. This might help with the pink transition a little bit better. Just especially on these outer portions. I'm not happy. And then what I can do is I will take my E40 from 100% Pure. Take Confidence, the very, very first shade we used. And then I can buff that one out. I'm just going to move on to the lower lash line, I think. So what I'm going to do is take the shade Bite Me. And I'm just going to run this along the lower lash line. I'm going to take some of Because of You, the rose gold colour, and pop it a little bit along here as well, but mainly focus on the inner for the first third of this lower lash line to kind of mesh with the top. What I'm going to do for the inner corner, which could be a mistake, is actually take some Moneymaker, which is a beautiful shade just here. And I take some of this and pop some for the inner corner. That's quite cool. Okay, I'm liking how this looks. I'm going to take from this palette with a pencil brush some of dark side, which isn't a, it looks a bit like a black, but it's just a really dark green, but it'll kind of work fine for this. I just want to put this along this upper lash line here, just to add some kind of intensity to this outer portion of the eye. Is now pick up some of Bite Me again, which is the pink one here, and go over that to kind of blend it out. So it's more of a subtle line, but it just adds some definition to the outer portion just there. I'm going to load up my lashes with the Lily Lola Big Lash. Okay, perfect. That's the eye portion done. I absolutely love this. I think I don't wear pink enough on my eyes as an eyeshadow. It looks really pretty. I think like the rose gold going on the lid and the pop of gold in the corner actually looks really cool. So moving on to more the face portion. So I think I'm going to go in and try and get out as much as I can of the Lily Lola Sculpt and Glow kit, because I think that's the kind of tone I want for bronzer wise. Just get in there and wiggle. Because there's some left, it's just right at the side, so you have to kind of wiggle it up and get in there. I think to go with it in terms of highlighter, I am going to go all out and actually go for my most intense one, which is the Ether Beauty Pure Diamond Crush Dust highlighter. So like I said before, this is kind of more of a party type highlighter for me anyway, as opposed to my everyday one. But I just thought, as this is my last New Year's Eve look, oh my goodness, this would kind of be perfect. I am going to go ahead and blend that in. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and just go ahead and buff that in. Because it is very pretty. It's just, like I said, I prefer kind of more liquid for me in terms of an everyday look. But for a party look, this is pretty cool. It gives a very much wet look to the skin. I've actually got my fringe back at the moment, so I'm just going to pop a little bit up here. I'm going to take a little bit and just dust it very carefully, kind of where the brow bone is. Just add something to it there. Okay, for blusher, I think I'm going to stick with a kind of pink theme. So I'm going to go in with my Nip and Fab palette and taking this shade right here. I also think with a highlighter like this, it's best to do that before blusher, because the blusher will also help it kind of melt into the skin a little bit better. And yeah, everything just blends nicely that way. But this is a nice pink highlighter that I'll go with this look. And whatever's left, I'm just going to drag along up here. Now I really wish I'd bought like a bright pink lipstick with me, but because I'm at my parents' for over the Christmas holiday, I didn't bring that much with me in terms of makeup, kind of just my go-tos and my 2019 favourites. And I'm first of all going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Line in Pillow Talk. And then go with the Lily Lolo vegan lipstick in the All Together, which kind of is that frosty pink shade. I'm going to mix in a little bit of Colourpop Solo, which is a red, just because I want a bit more colour to the lips. Yeah, something like that. It's quite a nice, like, I mean, I think the bright pink would be amazing, but something like just more pinky for the lips looks really nice. And I am going to top it off with a bit of a gloss. So obviously my Lily Lolo lip gloss in Whisper. And that is this makeup look complete. So this is the third and final New Year's Eve look for 2019. Like I said, I wanted to do something a bit more brighter in terms of the colour, something a bit more vibrant. I tend to go for the smoky eyes, and if it is colour, it tends to be purple, green or blue, but kind of more the deeper tones. So yeah, I wanted to mix up, and I don't think I've done New Year's Eve look like this one yet. And like I said, I really like the pinks mixed in with the rose gold and the pop of gold right in the inner corner. I think it looks really pretty and stuff like that. And with this lip as well, I do wish I had the bright lip, pink lip, but I just didn't bring it with me obviously back home. But yeah, so that is this look complete. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed all three of my New Year's Eve looks. Let me know which of the three is your favourite down below, because they've all been relatively different, I think. So yeah, let me know down below. Let me know any requests for future videos that you want me to do, any products you think I should try out. I've already had a few recommendations, so I'm making a list for 2020 of makeup products to try out that have been on your recommendations, that have come from your recommendations. But yeah, so I've got one more video to go up, which is my 2019 makeup favourites. Maybe guess below what you think is going to be in my 2019 favourites. I think some stuff's going to be obvious, but yeah, if there's anything you think definitely going to be in there, let me know down below, because it's interesting to see if they are. But yeah, so that's this video complete. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.